So
Good morning, Danny. How are you?
I'm doing very well, Charlie. Thank you for asking. How are you?
Yeah, fabulous. What a great time to be alive.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, despite the three teeth that I had to pull, actually,
Okay,
it's a little bit thick, a little bit sensitive still, but I'm here. I'm good.
good man. I hear that YouTube went down last night for about 6 hours.
Yeah, I saw this big error list. Like there were more than 20,000 reports of YouTube errors in within a few hours. Yeah. So, well, I was asleep, so I didn't I didn't
Yeah.
hear it myself. But yeah, I just got notice from a Telegram channel that JCK said that the YouTube servers have shut down in Australia. Charlie Freak went live, but nobody could watch it because it was shut down. So the irony, huh? Yeah.
I've heard that the deep state have been trying to take down social media for the last 24, 48 hours. They've been desperate to take it down because it's exposing them. There's so many people now exposing
Yeah.
the deep state, the cabal, the
Hmm.
corruption of the Democratic Party,
Hmm.
or it's not even a Democratic Party. It's been completely hijacked by evil.
The cabal. Yeah.
Yeah, they're getting exposed now, and they don't like it.
I like
I do
it.
too. I do.
But this is all part of the plan, you know. I mean, tonight Trump's gonna reveal, yeah, creepy, sleepy Joe, so to say. He says he's gonna reveal everything, and yeah, I'm very curious what's gonna happen. People are talking about the shutdown. Well, it might happen today because if you uh, yeah, take in accountability the 10 days of darkness, then we end up at the 22nd of November. And as you know, that's the assassination date of JFK Sr. So, and exactly 1111 days after the Q clock has started. So that's a quite amazing date as well. So yeah, it might happen before that date indeed. Yeah, might be
Yeah.
possible. But I only think the big tech, not the whole internet or the media still. No, I only
No,
think big tech.
it's interesting to see. And there's so many people like yourself and myself out there trying to get the truth out. I'm
Hmm.
amazed how many people are still completely dependent on mainstream media and just they're believing everything they're being told. And I think they're the ones that are going to have the biggest shock of their life
Yeah.
when they find out that everything they've been told is a complete lie.
Hmm. Yeah, and that's our job to yeah, to help the people that are willing to accept the help, of course. I mean,
Sure.
it's always free will if someone wants to wake up even after yeah, a shock as big as this. I mean, yeah, I'm open for everyone that wants information or needs help or needs to fit the last pieces of the puzzle. I mean, yeah, I'm here. I mean, yeah, I'm ready for it. I know it's going to be a huge shock, but we all have to shine a light. So in the most darkest time of our lives, actually, so
Yep.
people can find us, and that's what I'm trying to do: maintain the high frequency, the higher vibration, high energy. Um, yeah, be happy and grateful for what's happening. I mean, it's a great show if you find out what's actually happening behind the scenes. It's a great show to watch. Yeah, for sure. Hmm.
Isn't it, Gus? There's so much going on right now. Um, and that you can see them, they're panicking, they're going crazy, that people won't believe this story they've made up. They're
True.
really, really upset, the mainstream media. They're getting very aggressive with it. They're
Yeah.
getting very threatening.
Hmm.
uh, I've noticed a few presenters that are really getting checked because people aren't believing them anymore.
No, true.
um, they're
Also
getting
here
very
in
upset.
yeah,
Sorry.
also here in the Netherlands, with our one of our mainstream media news broadcast channels, so to say, is NOS.
Yeah.
NOS is it has removed all their logos, all their names from their vans and stuff, from their satellite vans, because people were actually kicking the vans and harassing the employers and threatening them, you know. But I think it's just the end of the media behind the scenes.
Mm.
I think that's just a cover up. That, you know, just blame it on the right, blame it on the right, you know, blame it
Yeah.
on conservatives. I just think it's the end of the media, and we are getting yeah, we're getting closer and closer. indeed, with removal of the logos makes sense to me.
Yeah,
The end of,
exactly.
the end of the NOS. I hope so, because that's a commie channel.
Yeah,
Really, yeah,
yeah.
unbelievable. The lies that they
Well,
portray.
it's the same with the BBC in England. They're realizing their days are over, and they're not going to give up without a fight. And they're just desperate now. They're so desperate, and it shows the desperation.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, no, we're living in a wonderful time to sit back and just watch what's happening bit by bit, slowly by slowly.
Yeah.
And the counting of the votes, most people that have an ounce of common sense realize something's not right. But they're just blaming it on the fact that Trump's barricaded himself in the White House, and they come up with some completely crazy stories.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Self-reflecting their own
yeah,
on someone else. Yeah, yeah, on Trump. Yeah, I know what it is. Trump derangement syndrome, right?
exactly,
That's
exactly.
what it's called. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. No, but also the fact that people think that the media is the one deciding the election.
yeah.
Yeah, they're completely wrong, of course. I'm getting called by Wim Visser. Sorry, Wim. Not at this time. Um, yeah, I mean, it's not the job of the media to yeah
To call an election.
to pull an election. Indeed.
It's
Um,
Congress that decides, not the mainstream media. Of course, the
yeah,
mainstream media is still shouting and screaming that Biden's won. And of course, what Trump is doing is just pointing out that each state, the votes, the valid votes, and the ones that are not valid, and doing a recount
yeah,
under military guard to make sure that it's done correctly.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he will expose them bit by bit, slowly, slowly.
Hmm.
And they're hating it. They're screaming like crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
All he's doing is stepping back to allow the enemy to make mistakes himself, first of
Correct.
all. And second of all, it takes 10 days by regulations to intervene with the election process for the White House or the Homeland Department of Security, so to say. So
Yep.
it takes 10 days, regulations, constitutional regulations probably. So Trump is doing everything by the book. He's just stepping back to allow the enemy to make as much mistakes as they can. The ballots are watermarked and traceable, so they know where everything is.
Yep.
It's just the conditioning of getting everything out there in the last 9 days actually. Tomorrow
Yep.
will be the 10th day, I think.
10th day is tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's the
13th.
Friday the 13th, which is
Yep.
actually not a bad luck day. It's actually a very good day, but they hijacked it. They hijacked it. They is the cabal. They hijacked it very early in the 1400s, I
Yep.
think, already, and they made it something satanic.
Yep.
Well, it's normally a divine feminine energy.
Mhm.
13, you have 13 cycles of the moon, you have 13 cycles of the period of the woman,
Yep.
and you have also after the period, you have the 13th day is the ovulation. So the number 13 is divine feminine. It's a female energy. And we all need some female energy on this planet so we
Yep.
can chill out, relax, and have some peace finally. Yeah. So it's actually a very good day. So something special is going to happen at that day. And it's exactly 10 days after the election, of course. So, yeah.
Well, there's
And
no mistakes in the numerology or symbology with Donald Trump. That's one thing for sure. Everything is done absolutely spot on right.
true.
And they're very, very upset because he's playing them at their own game. They thought they had the divine right of numerology and symbology,
Mhm.
and he's turned it right on them, back on them, and they're absolutely fuming.
Yep, they are. Yeah, they certainly are. Yeah, yeah. And numerology is everything. And the Q clock has run out yesterday. That was the last day, actually.
What ran out?
The Q clock itself.
Okay.
The 11th of November. So after that, the 10 days of darkness, and then the 22nd. Yeah, that could be maybe the reveal of JFK even. Who knows?
Mhm.
Yeah, the Q clock has run out, so no more operations against the cabal. So everything has been set and ready to go, I think. So we're all watching a big show at the moment. Get your popcorn out and enjoy. Don't worry about the cabal agenda anymore. Concentrate on yourself, on the people surrounding you. Wake as much people up as you can, and guide them through the difficult process of discovering that everything in their life has been a lie. Well, at least 90%. So yeah, that's my advice for the people. Drink as much water as you can, and get in a liquid fluid state. Just chill out, relax, and enjoy the show. That's all we can do anyway. I mean, yeah, we don't have the power to intervene directly, so
Yeah.
well, we can all we can do is vibrate in a positive way, in a positive energy flow.
I've had, yeah, exactly. I've had quite a few people on recently that have been very, very accurate. I was speaking yesterday to Lieutenant General Tom McInerney
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
Mary Fanning. The
So
information they've got is incredible.
you spoke about the hammer,
Yep, the hammer and the scorecard.
so yeah.
And if Charlie knows about this stuff, Donald Trump knows a million times more.
Yeah.
And he has all the evidence and everything against them, but he's just letting them expose themselves.
Yeah.
He's just digging holes and they're jumping in every single hole with both feet. And
Mhm.
something I noticed the other day, which is very, very interesting. This is the next hole that he's dug. He's dug a hole about the vaccine. Now, he knows that they have not followed the procedure for testing this new vaccine. So
Mhm.
he's saying, look, they've got the vaccine coming, it's nearly ready. They tell me it's nearly ready. And when they've actually produced all these vaccines, he's going to turn around and say, oh, I need to see your testing procedure.
Mhm.
And this is probably why the guy at Pfizer
Mhm.
has just sold 62% of his shares in the company.
Nice. You know, Pfizer is Rockefeller's, right?
Yep.
So that means the end of the Rockefeller dynasty. Bye bye, bye bye, big pharma. And well, he has a lot more. He has the Hopkins Hospital, I think, Hopkins University as well, John Hopkins, and some other big pharma as well. He has like a lot of patents everywhere. So that's good to hear that they are like collapsing one after the other.
Yeah.
Absolutely wonderful. All part of the plan, and
All part of the plan.
all yeah, it's divine timing indeed. I mean, everything's coming out left and right. I mean,
Yep.
it's time for full disclosure. I think before the solar flare hits, of course.
Yeah, the solar flare's on the 21st, is it?
Yes,
Yep.
yes, yeah. I don't know if it will be as misty as yesterday because there was like this fog like all over
Yep.
our town where we live. So I think artificial fog or something.
Yeah.
Yes, from the solar flare because nobody could see it.
Yeah.
So yeah, well played, well played. Hopefully we can see something the 21st of December. I'm really curious how that's gonna look like, actually. And yeah, that will be the moment that all the rest of artificial intelligence of the cabal will be destroyed as well, like shortcutting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm very curious what's gonna happen in the next month and a half. I mean, we're not there yet, so don't get your hopes up too quick. But we're going the right direction now. It's just we're at the end of the end actually, almost at the start of a new beginning. Yeah. So I'm very curious. Do you have any information about when Jazara is going to be activated yourself, or?
That I don't. If I look at all the information that I've gathered over the last 7 months, 8 months, when I asked about the disclosure of the arrests and the executions, the answer was consistently, it'll be March next year.
Mm-hmm.
So that would play into the fact that if Jazara was announced in November sometime, that would then make 120 days to around March next year for the election.
So the 20th.
It would be done on the quantum voting system. So disclosure could very easily come then.
So, well, December has 31 days. January has 31 days. So that will be the 22nd of November when they have to announce it to get it at the 21st of March. Okay. Well, yeah, makes sense, actually. Yeah. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so my feeling is that he could announce it during the month of November. But one thing is for sure, he knows when he's going to do it, and I don't.
Yeah.
You and me are guessing at it. But with the peace that you and I have found through knowing the truth, when it happens is lovely, but it's not critical. We know it's going to happen. We know where we're going. It's just a question of waiting patiently and trying to wake enough people up so that when it happens, they understand what's happening and enjoy the process rather than waking up and wonder what the hell's happened.
True. So what I see a lot at this time is that people are getting old agenda from the New World Order, Agenda 21, messages or tweets or whatever, and they get like really scared about it. But what I want to give to the people is the agenda has been completely wiped off the table from
Yep.
the. I mean, there is no more agenda. So if you read something like this, or from the Canadian minister for prime minister or whatever, I mean, don't read that. Yeah, I want to say a bad word.
Shit.
Yeah, actually, exactly. Don't read that shit anymore because it's gone. It's wiped off the table. Don't get like frustrated about it or scared about it because Trump took over the whole agenda with the white hats, of course. So it's nothing to be scared of anymore. But everything has to be done in divine timing, and that's something that has to do with astrology and numerology. And yeah, nobody knows exactly when. So be patient and just flow. I mean, don't wait for it because then you still get stuck in mechanical time. And we
Yeah.
have to get back to the universal time flow. That's also very important that we just live every minute instead of working or living our ways to a certain point, you know.
Hmm.
It's not about the destination, it's about the journey,
Yeah.
about the journey itself. So yeah, that's what I want to give to people that are watching.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's very just read the Bilderberg history with interest instead of fear. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, how did they think actually? I mean, you have to know that it's done. The light has won. It's over. So we
Yeah.
can all sit back, relax, and heal. And yeah, just be good and help people that can't help themselves. You know, that can't handle the truth. I mean, there are a lot of people that are not gonna make it.
Yeah.
You know, they might go insane. I
Yeah.
think the new Earth is also going to be heroin and cocaine free, so to say, as good as.
Hmm.
So people will have a lot of problems with their addictions. Well, a
Hmm.
lot of people will decide to end this life, but they will reincarnate anyway. So that is an illusion as well, you know. So it doesn't matter. It's all good. So that's why also what I want to say: the virus. Don't be scared for a virus that can kill you, because death is the most certain thing in your life. Everybody's going to die one way or another. And to be scared for something invisible is like ludicrous.
Hmm.
Ludicrous. I mean, you can't be scared your whole life, can you? I mean, yeah.
No, you can't. And the joy at the moment of being awake and aware is just seeing where we're going. If you're asleep at the moment, you're missing the greatest show on earth,
Yeah, true. Yeah.
and you're living in fear
Hmm.
because you're scared of a virus that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You're scared of a Biden that doesn't exist.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's all about fear. But you and I know so much more about the truth and what is going on. And
Yeah.
something that's very important to point out to people: this isn't the war between Biden and Trump. This is between good and evil, between God and Satan.
Hmm.
And there is only one winner. And when you look at it with clarity like that,
Yeah.
then you start to see the truth,
Hmm. Yeah,
and you start to see how evil Satan is, and
true.
how much he's tried to make his work look like God's work, and it's just not.
True, true. Yeah, I myself had an out of body experience like 4 years ago, 2016, and you know ayahuasca, right? The shaman drink that you drink, and it releases DMT in your brain.
Yeah.
And well, I had like changa, that's a natural smokable way, and you just go to the tunnel.
Yeah.
You actually end up on the other side. Well, in my case, I ended up on the other side, and all I was an orb of light flowing through another universe surrounding our universe. So this universe is a holographic universe in another universe, and the only thing that is on the other side is light, love, passion, everything is there. There's no fear. That has all been created for this three-dimensional reality, this
Hmm.
holographic reality which we are in. Um, so for me, that was like the convincing, yeah, last piece of the puzzle that there's something more than just this life. So that's also I want to advise people to look up Alexander Eben, Dr. Alexander Eben. He's a neurosurgeon for more than 25 years, and he got an E. coli brain infection overnight. So he ended up 7 days in a coma, and his brain activity was zero, like zero, only the main cortex to keep it alive, you know, the worm part of the brain.
Hmm.
And but he was the full 7 days conscious.
Wow.
at the other side. He was guided through all different kind of dimensions with his what do you call it? With his guide, his cosmic guide, and
Yeah.
girl on a butterfly wing. How strange it sounds, but he explains why the consciousness is actually in your heart chakra, your Christ consciousness, your solar plexus here, and not in your brain, because there's not one neurosurgeon who can that can tell you where consciousness start in the brain. No one can give you the first sentence.
Wow.
When you fall in love, for example, you feel it in your heart. You
Yeah.
think about it in your brain, but you feel it in your heart. And also
Yeah.
when it gets broken, you really feel it, you know. And also when you have butterflies in your stomach, you think about it, but you feel it in your stomach, not in your brain. So
Yeah.
that's why where your consciousness is actually located. So
Wow.
also
I
something.
remember I remember talking to a brain surgeon who was in his middle 80s and he'd retired.
Hmm.
This wasn't long ago, and he said to me, "Do you know we only understand less than 5% of the human brain in the 21st century?"
Yeah.
He said, "We with all the brain power out there, we still don't understand the human brain." But this is the whole the idea of what we do here is we just talk like two guys and talking in a cafe or a bar or what have you.
Hmm.
And that
Hmm.
this is the whole process of getting the message out there. It's not like a television show,
No.
which is all staged. This
Hmm.
is supposed to be like two people just talking. And this is the beauty of what we're doing. People are connecting to the truth because we're putting it out there without any of the aids that mainstream media do to convince people,
Hmm.
because they're working on your psychology, they're working on your subliminal thinking, etc.
Yeah.
And I notice it a lot when I watch sport, because at the moment, one of my favourite sporting events is about to start today, which is the Masters golf at Augusta, and you just see, you see the subliminal things of people wearing masks and adverts in the background. It's all about programming.
Yeah.
Whereas you and I,
I was thinking
sorry,
about Tiger Woods in the meantime.
yeah,
You heard?
yeah,
Supplementary, forbidden supplementaries or something?
yeah, yeah,
Oh boy, oh boy.
yeah. Fascinating time.
Yeah, even in golf.
Sorry,
Even in golf, they take like
yes,
drugs, you know, enhanced
yeah,
drugs. Absolutely ridiculous. Um, Geez, I'm still thinking about Billy Meyer.
yeah.
Still,
Anyway, the most important thing right now is just for you and me to get people just to remain calm.
hmm.
We're Trump and his team, right from day one, have been totally in control of what's happening,
Hmm.
and this is why he was on the golf course when the mainstream media announced that Biden had won, which he obviously hadn't, and Trump knew that
Hmm. Yeah.
because the voting system that anybody with an ounce of common sense knows that the corrupt left had stuffed the ballot boxes with fake ballots, and it had been bought in from China, and they came in by the truckload into different states, and everybody's aware of that. But the deep state and the cabal are so blind to their own stupidity. They believe their own lies,
Hmm.
and they think if they say it enough, it will happen. And of course, it won't. They're up against an immovable force, which is Donald Trump, protected and controlled by God.
Yeah, this is all has been scripted to condition the people from a lie to the truth. I mean,
Yeah.
people have to see for themselves. We cannot tell the people. People have
No.
to see for themselves, and that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
So if you see anything in the mainstream media, just remind yourself that they are putting ridiculous claims in the media right now, and that
Yeah.
has all been scripted to
Yeah.
let people think by themselves like, hey, that's not right.
No.
You know, people have to see for themselves, and that's exactly what Q means and what Trump means. Um, we can't tell them. I mean, how many times have you tried to tell people about the truth,
Exactly.
and how many people did accept that truth? Well,
No.
nearly none in my case. I mean,
it's interesting that some people will accept what you say, but then the minute your back's turned, they go back to their way of thinking.
Yeah, yeah.
They just can't be bothered to argue about it because they know they've got nothing to argue about,
Hmm.
and they just go back home and watch the television. And you can tell they're watching the television just by their mental state. And I've had somebody say to me today, but you're saying completely the opposite to what the television is saying. I
Yeah.
said, yeah,
Hmm.
I know that. She said, but there's some channels that are in favour of Trump. I've gone, really? I said, at this moment in time, I don't think you'll find that. I think they've all hopped on the Biden train and they're all going to be exposed.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I said, look, I'm not in a hurry to prove that I'm right and you're wrong. I'm not in a hurry. I've got all the time in the world, but I'm just asking you to do some proper research rather than sit in front of a telly. And
Well,
she just turned around and said, so where would you look for this information? And this is where a lot of the world is at, because they just think if they change channels, they're going to get the truth.
hmm hmm
Of course, that's not true. You actually have to do some thorough
you
research.
you know why the media is portraying Biden as the president already? Because there's a law in the Constitution that says that if you claim presidency without that so-called president to be president, the actual president, is a treason. So that means the end of the media. The UV light, the watermarks, the UV light that shows you the watermarks on the ballots is the end of the media virus. We're not talking about a coronavirus or coronavirus or whatever you want to call it. No, we're talking about the media virus.
Yeah,
So this election will be the end of the media virus.
brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Very brilliant. And
Long overdue.
do you also have a feeling that you understand Q posts a lot better the last couple of weeks?
I haven't been watching the Q post for
I
about
mean,
4
either, but
months.
like the old post, the repetitive post, watch the water dot mark,
Yeah,
watch the water mark.
yeah,
Always a mark dot behind the
yeah,
sentence. So water mark.
yeah.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. The codes, and I have the feeling that like nothing can stop what is coming. Is still for the 21st of December. It's the
Yeah.
Cosmic event, and where we go on, we go all, we go all to 5D, to
Yeah.
the density. So yeah, it's going to be amazing. Really, really curious what's going to happen. Well, we know actually what's going to happen, but when it's going to happen, I'm not going to wait for it though. But the sooner the better. I think everybody had a share of bad luck last couple of decades. So
Yeah, very much so.
I think everybody is ready that watch this video to go into a new world where we can help each other and grow. You know, instead
Yeah.
of compete, help each other. It's much
Totally.
better.
Totally.
Yeah.
No, we're living in an amazing time, Danny, aren't we? It's absolutely fascinating.
Yeah, we are. We are. Yeah. I still find it difficult to switch back to the third density. You know, for myself. I mean, I understand people. I have to, yeah, hear people their emotional things a lot. You know what happened to them, and yeah, of course that affects your own energy as well. So it's quite hard, but I'm learning to, yeah, to ground it. You know, to just release it again, and yeah, I'm getting stronger every day. So I hope a lot of people that watch this video feel the same.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we are getting some difficult times with the Great Awakening when everybody is waking up. So yeah, just help each other as much as possible.
Sure.
And stop calling people sheeple. You know, it's time
Yeah.
to respect each other.
Yeah, no. It's so difficult when look, I feel sorry for certain people who they are so busy in their own lives just to survive right now.
Yeah.
They're not getting the time to do the research, so they're just taking what comes to them.
True.
And it's not their fault. That, you know, they're just commit. Their time is committed. My daughter is one of them.
Hmm.
You know, she's got 2 jobs and a newborn baby.
Yeah. Wow.
So that in itself,
It's
she
just-
works ridiculous hours. So
Yeah.
she doesn't have the time to do any research.
No.
She disagrees with Daddy because she only sees the mainstream media because she'll sit down and watch the football because that's what her love is.
Mhm.
And of course, it's the indoctrination or brainwashing that comes through the television without you even knowing the subliminal stuff that goes on.
Yeah.
But, you start believing all these lies.
Hmm. Yep, I know the process. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, harmful if swallowed, mainstream media for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I hope we will have like one or two channels left at the
Yeah.
end with just truth. You know,
Oh,
truth.
they're coming. They're
Yeah.
coming.
Hmm. Yeah. I'm very curious what's going to happen. I mean, it's ridiculous to watch the media right now. I mean, if you still believe the media, just shut it off for a week or
Yeah.
longer. Hopefully, they will bring it down, like blackout, like tomorrow or the day after.
Yeah.
Because I'm really getting fed up with when I just drive down the streets, I see all the people sitting behind their screens, behind the television screens with the news channel on,
Yeah.
and I see them getting brainwashed and just yeah, it upsets me a little bit still. There are so many people still watching the media.
Hmm.
So if you find a chance to turn it off or throw your television out of the window, please do so.
Hmm. Then
Uh,
you'll find peace.
yeah, then you'll find peace for sure. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Well, Danny, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you,
Yeah, likewise.
and we'll do it again. It's very important that we continue this journey of getting the message out to people.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Hopefully, something more, yeah, awakening has been done then. In the meantime,
Let's hope so. Let's hope so. You're doing a good job there.
yeah, for sure. Hopefully, people will find some peace after this message.
Yeah.
And I want to wish everybody a very nice day.
Yep.
Happy Ascension.
Exactly.
And Charlie, I wish you a very pleasant day as well.
You too. Thank you very much, Danny.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.